Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. My name is Fernando Herrera, and today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 countries to import tires into the US. Now, I'm going to be sharing the top 5 countries that I pretty much think are the best countries to import tires or buy tires from. And again, I'm talking specifically importing tires into the US. I know there's a lot of you guys that are in other parts of the world. However, unfortunately, I don't have experience in those areas, so I can only talk from my experience. And I'm also going to be sharing some promising countries because, as everybody knows, importing countries trends change. And so I'm going to be talking all about that in this video. Now, before we continue, did you know that the majority of you guys watching right now are actually unsubscribed? Yes, I know it's sad, but it would really help me if you could please smash that like button and comment or share this video with a friend or fellow tire shop owner. Also, I do want to thank the sponsor of this video, Fixi Guys. Yes, it's not tire base this time, it's actually a different company, but I'll talk about them more in just a moment. So, have you ever pretty much wondered, you're in your shop, you're maybe finishing up the day, and you look at your tires and you say, I wonder if I could import tires, and I wonder which country to import tires from? Because for the last few years, importing tires from China has been kind of like the norm, but that has become very unfriendly and sometimes even less cost effective than actually buying them local. Well, the first country I'm going to be sharing is Thailand. Now, Thailand, as of 2022, was still the US top importer when it comes to tires. Now, keep in mind that this can change, and this might have already changed in 2024 because recently, again, Thailand did release some new tariffs. And overall, the same thing that happened to the Chinese product, maybe 2008, 2010, is starting to happen again here, but now for Thailand. The export value as of 2022 was 3.5 billion. And again, we're talking about just tires. And again, the advantages of buying from Thailand really is price and quality. I mean, the quality has been pretty good. The location is not that good compared to other places we're going to be talking in this list, meaning how far does it get for you to get your product. But again, overall, the majority of the tires still in market today, I would argue they're a mix of Thailand-made tires. The second company I'm going to be talking about is my hometown, my home country, Mexico. Now, I do have a podcast coming up in August with the largest distributor of tires in Mexico, and they're actually opening up a factory. And this only proves a point that Mexico is playing a stronger role into manufacturing and importing over into the US. As of 2023, if I'm not mistaken, Mexico became the US top trading partner. So again, and this is because of several reasons. There's really a huge benefit when it comes to trade. There's the NAFTA agreement, and apparently there's also this USMCA agreement that pretty much sets Mexico at beneficial terms with the US. Again, for those of you not familiar, whenever you're importing a tire or any sort of product from China, let's say, the US pretty much marks up or sets a tax called the tariff. And it's like a tax that you have to pay on top of the cost. So the US government will say, hey, how much did you pay for this tire? You'll say, I paid $100. They'll say, okay, the tariff for this tire based on the company and whatnot is going to be 30%. So now you have to pay us $30 to import this tire into the US. Obviously, that increases the value or the cost of your product, making it less profit for you and less competitive for other domestic brands. But in Mexico, between Mexico and the US, there's zero tariffs between these two countries, at least at this time. And so that's why a lot of these companies, sometimes Asian, European, you name it, are opening factories over in Mexico to take advantage of this cheaper product, cost import, you could call it. But the most important thing, or another very important thing, is location. So Mexico, instead of waiting, 60 days from the boat, ocean freight, all that stuff, you're literally just waiting maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks max. And so it is very nice to be able to buy a container of tires and be able to get that container of tires within 3 weeks. And so that's huge. So again, the advantages here would be proximity to the US and of course the trade agreements. Third country I do see here that's beneficial to import from into the US would be Japan. So Japan, as of 2022, it imported $1.75 billion worth of product into the US. And again, we're talking about tires specifically. Now, the benefit or the advantages of buying tires from Japan is obviously the high quality. They do have, this sort of standard of having higher quality or very good quality when it comes to their tires. And also there's a lot of good, reliable brands that are, Japanese. For example, Toyo, Bridgestone, a lot of these companies actually were Japanese or are Japanese brands. The fourth country to import tires from into the US is Canada. Now, again, Canada has fairly similar advantages to Mexico. The biggest difference between, I would say, Canada and Mexico is that Mexico does tend to have a cheaper labor rate, which is beneficial for, again, the manufacturing of the product. But again, Canada is starting to be a very high volume trader with the US. And the same trade agreements apply as those I just mentioned earlier with Mexico. So again, very good advantages. And again, not to mention also the proximity to the US could deem it, shorter shipping. So before we continue with this video, I do want to talk about our sponsor, Fixi Guys. Now, Fixi Guys is in the shop supplies business. Now, Fixi Guys right now is allowing you to buy wheel weights, patches, glue, whatever you name it, in pallets all the way from China, so direct from China. You could do a pallet could be anywhere between, you can mix it however you want. But right now in the US, we do already have some weights, and they do plan on bringing more product as, towards the end of the year. But as you can see, it's really nice packaging. It's a nice company that's backing up its product. The quality is really good. And I'm actually backing this company financially as well as a partner. And again, I don't back up just anything. I do make sure that the quality is good. I've tested these weights in my own shops for probably about 3 years until I decided to officially make this an official investment of mine. So if you're interested in shop supplies, if you're interested in a pallet, I'm gonna share the pricing right here. The pricing of these weights could range anywhere between $20 to $13. It could go lower or higher depending on the volume you want. But again, typically we're selling pallets of these, and each pallet's gonna be around 2,800. It comes about 256 boxes of these. Typically, we're trying to sell them to wholesalers or people who can sell to other shops, because if you're a tire shop and you buy a whole pallet, this is probably gonna last you for like 3 years or 2 years. So what we want is obviously for you to put it as an investment, buy a pallet, and then sell it over to, neighboring shops, friends, family, whatever. And then you can make some profit. You can back this very good quality product. And more importantly, again, you're saving money, because I can guarantee you it's cheaper than anything I've seen in the market. So thank you so much, Fixi Guys, for sponsoring this video. And now we'll continue with the rest of the video. Thank you, Fixi Guys. And finally, country number 5, that would be Vietnam. Now, Vietnam is currently importing about $1.28 billion in tires every year. They are definitely growing, and that number is growing, especially because, again, the labor in Vietnam is very affordable, so they can produce good quality and pretty much cheap labor product, So in a way, that's their advantage, and it seems to be working because they're growing in terms of this trend. They increase their exports by 40%, so that says something. Now, those would be the top 5 countries I personally see and probably would recommend. Now, there are some other countries that show some promise. Some of them would be companies like India, Indonesia, and Brazil. Now, again, the reason I'm mentioning India is it's showing pretty significant rates of growth, so that seems promising. Indonesia, on the other hand, Indonesia is actually very affordable, even more affordable than all of the countries I've just previously mentioned. So again, the promise of building or manufacturing product there is promising as well. And again, Brazil, they do have some sort of growth when it comes to manufacturing or, in their manufacturing sector. So I thought I would just mention these 3 countries as a bonus. Now, if you want to know more about where you can find these types of suppliers, there's going to be an event called the SEMA Show. I'm going to be exhibiting, or at least I'm going to be exhibiting there with my company Tirebase. But definitely this event is probably, I have a video that I made about 2 years ago on why you want to attend SEMA, and I cannot stress enough how going to this event is actually beneficial to meet suppliers from all these types of countries and who knows, maybe you can get a supplier. But well guys, there you have it. Whether you're looking for an established pretty much manufacturer or a country, again, those would be more like Thailand, soon to be Mexico, or you're looking for other alternatives that might have a better price, again, in this case promising seems to be Vietnam or Indonesia. Again, you can definitely take a look at them. I hope this video was helpful in some way or shape or form. Like I mentioned, I can only tell you what I'm doing and my perspective. And I have seen that, again, I do see that increase in Mexican product, Mexican made product into the US. Right now, it's still heavily dominated between, Thailand, still a lot of Chinese product, which I didn't mention them, but, they're still probably number 6 when it comes to imports in tires. But yeah, right now, Thailand, I would say, is the main dominant, at least in my market. So let me know what you guys think. Is this accurate? Where you are right now, is it mainly dominated by Thailand made product, or is it another country? I'm very excited to hear and see what you have to say about this. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. Remember, most of you guys still watching are not subscribed, and I really would appreciate if you subscribe, share this video with a friend, and comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this. Anyways, I hope you have a great rest of your week, day, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.